Mr. Eggplant presents.
Hey guys, Tyler here, and thank you for checking out this video. We're back here on the PTR for 11.2 Ghosts of Koresh, and today we're talking about Sentinel Marksman Hunter, specifically the AOE or Mythic Plus version. So this is the last video in this initial series. I've done one for single target Dark Ranger, AOE Dark Ranger. I literally just finished my single target Sentinel, and now we have AOE. And this is probably my favorite of all four. And you guys, if you've followed me, you know I love Dark Ranger, and I've been playing Dark Ranger exclusively in Season 2, at least for the back half. I don't know, I'm just saying, AOE Sentinel is looking really, really good, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. There will be timestamps down below for the different sections, and there will be links to the other PTR videos on my channel if you guys would like to check those out. Please leave me your feedback. I always appreciate it when you guys do. Let me know how I can better my videos for content that you guys want to see here on YouTube. Okay, so like all of the others, we're going to talk about the tier set that actually was just updated for Sentinel with this last pass through. So they added to the 2 set that rapid fire's damage is increased by 25%. That's pretty good. It's just another boost to our damage because rapid fire was kind of falling behind, and in single target it fell way behind just because I wasn't casting it as much, and the fact that your aim shots just do so much more damage when you're in your true shot window thanks to the 4 set. But the 2 set reads as follows: rapid fire's damage increased by 25%, and when Lunar Storm fades, you gain Boon of a Loon, causing your next 2 aim shots to deal arcane damage. Great, they're not physical anymore, and have their damage increased by 20%. This is great unless you're in PvP and there's a pesky anti-magic shell or something out there that you're trying to break through. But then the 4 set here reads as follows: Sentinel's damage is increased by 25%. That's particularly good in AOE. And then the Boon of a Loon is now active for the entire duration of Lunar Storm at 100% effectiveness. I don't know if that'll be 100% effectiveness the entire time, but let me tell you, things were hitting hard. In fact, we had one of the big hit for our crits in our true shot window for aim shot was 11.2 million, I think, which is normally reserved just for Dark Ranger and some of that crazy burst damage. We were bursting. Actually, I still have it. Why am I talking about it like I don't just have it here? This was after I was stopped attacking the dummy for a hot minute. This was single target, like seriously, 11.2 million, and our rapid fire was way down here, but aim shot was huge. And it doesn't split it up with the buff or without the buff in details. It may do that in the future, but anyway. So great tier set. It's a lot more fun than the Dark Ranger tier set is, and I will have a weak aura. I don't actually know if it's... Oops. No, I don't want to do the shop. I do have a weak aura for Boon of a Loon. I actually don't think it worked the last time, now that I think about it. But the Boon of a Loon will be up on my my weak auras document if you guys want to download that, and it's just it's a static icon that pops up whenever you're in your true shot window, and then when you're out it'll show you the charges you have left of it. It'll be definitely a good thing to have, but the nice quality of life changes, I guess we'll talk about it now, was to rapid fire as it pertains to dropping Lunar Storm. So if you guys are unfamiliar, whenever Lunar Storm is available, I would suggest having a Lunar Storm weak aura, or a tracker weak aura, I should say, if that's something that you would like to do. Made my life easier. Whenever your Lunar Storm is ready to be dropped, it's available, it'll automatically put your rapid fire off cooldown, even if you used it just a second ago. So you can kind of abuse that a little bit, but it's nice because you don't have to worry about, it'll be up in 5 seconds, I better wait. Like, no, just send that, and then now, whenever it comes back up, now you can use it again. That's more focus regeneration in your build, that's more rapid fire damage, and that's less time that you're thinking about what's going on, like, rotation-wise, and more about just doing the damage. We're marksman hunters. We love to do the damage, right? But that was the big change, and then the tier sets are just more fun and more interesting as a Sentinel. The one caveat is that we don't get the 30 seconds lowering of our true shot for free. We only get the 15 that's in our trees. And speaking of the tree, let's talk about the build that we'll be using in this video. And I'm going to go ahead and reset the talents over there. We're not going to talk about the left side. As long as you're getting your defensives and the damaging abilities, everything else is pretty much utility. And you might see a few tweaks here and there based on your personal preference. But all in all, this is a very strong build on the left side. As for Sentinel in the middle, so the Sentinel Watch lowers the cooldown. You can just say it's going to lower it by 15 seconds because you're going to do damage with Sentinel enough to do that. So it'll be a minute 45 cooldown versus at least a minute 30 for Dark Ranger. And we won't be picking the point over here and calling the shots that was changed. So now it just flat lowers the cooldown true shot by 30 seconds. If this wasn't a choice node, this would be God tier. We'd get nerfed to the ground. But it's not, so we'll be picking Unerring Vision over here, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So for single target, you pick Crescent Steel, and for AOE, you pick Overwatch, and you get a ton of damage with Overwatch in big pulls, particularly if you can get Bullseye up and have a bunch of Bullseye stacks, you can almost guarantee you're going to get 100% crit. Absolutely crazy. Anyway, and then over here on the right side, and I like to coin the term that there's a nucleus build. There's 14 points. It's never going to change in your tree. You're going to pick it for every single situation, and those points would be these right here. So aim shot, then rapid fire, precise shots, streamline, lock and load, ammo conservation, avian specialization. This one used to be called improved spotter's mark. Then penetrating shots, surging shots, tenacious, then master marksman, moving target, true shot, and finally feathered frenzy. So those will be the same points. I guess you might pick cunning or something like that, but all in all, this will be like your raid or your mythic plus spec. Those will be the points that you spend, and then from there we have to fill out the rest of the tree. We have 6 more points to spend in here, which we get to pick some of the new additions and new updates, like shrapnel shot, for example. And then our goal is to get down here to augment our true shot, and then pick up volley and salvo. I love salvo. It's one of my favorite things. All right, so we saw, I guess I should say, we're in AOE, right? We should probably pick trick shots. That's kind of important, but in the nucleus build, I guess it's not necessarily important. You pick your trick shots, and then I'm going to pick precision detonation, which was a season 2 type thing where a nice interaction. So whenever you use your explosive shot, then you want to follow it up with an aim shot. You used to use it when you would get your lock and load procs, for example, and it would burst it for a bonus amount of damage. Well, shrapnel shot was redesigned, and in my opinion, a much better addition to our build, and I've actually been using it for single target and for AoE for Sentinel. So whenever you cast your explosive shot, you're automatically going to get a free lock and load that is going to, or a lock and load proc, which will make your aim shot instant and cost no focus. That's just free aim shots that do a ton of damage and happen to explode the precise shot or the explosive shot with precision detonation. So you just need to get in the habit of when you use your explosive shot, follow it up immediately with an aim shot that will be, locked and loaded and ready to go. And if you are in AoE though, make sure you have trick shots up first to cleave. That's all I would say. You have plenty of time GCD wise to use your multi-shot, or have multi-shot up beforehand, which would be even better. Get in the habit of doing that. So shrapnel shot, and then for AoE I'm picking magnetic gunpowder. You automatically get lock and loads. I feel like this is going to get nerfed at some point, but base 30 second cooldown, I forget. Yeah, 30 second cooldown of explosive shot. You cast explosive shot, well, you're going to get a lock and load proc, so you can basically assume that your explosive shot is now a 22-second cooldown thanks to magnetic gunpowder, because consuming your lock and load reduces the cooldown of explosive shot by 8 seconds. So you're going to be looking at like a 10 to 14, maybe to 16-second cooldown on your explosive shot with this build. I don't know that it's going to last that way, but man, is it going to be fun. So you better believe in Mythic Plus, we're going to be doing a lot more testing with Sentinel, because it's just hitting the stratosphere right now. And then we have 2 more points left to spend. Bunch of flex picks here. You don't really need to pick in the rhythm because it doesn't really matter for our auto attacks like it does for Dark Ranger. We have the new addition to light ammo, and light ammo is a choice node. I'm going to pick it for this video because it's going to be in my base build, because I know that my group is going to take advantage of it, because we can hit 1 target plus 5 for a total of 6 target cleave. But with light ammo, it's now going to be up to 8 targets, so main target plus 7. But if your group is not pulling big enough, it's not worth running. It's just not. But if you're pulling, 7, 8, 9, 10 targets, light ammo is going to be a a point that you're going to want to pick there, particularly with explosive shot being uncapped but doing less damage the bigger your pulls are. But one more point left to spend. It's either going to go in target acquisition, it's going to go on target, or no scope. So I'm going to put it on target, and that'll be what I use in my builds. I don't use it for Dark Ranger because we're just missing a few points to do so. But I've been using it in Sentinel since you don't build a haste build with Sentinel. It's always lower haste. And now let's fill out the rest of the tree. So we have Unerring Vision, Tinsel Bowstring, we have our Volley and then Salvo, Bullet Storm, and Incendiary Ammunition, and we have 4 points left to spend. The Onaran Winds was changed. I'm still waffling on this one. It's now a guaranteed other spotters mark, but it wasn't it's guaranteed, but we could have potentially had a better, it's like Feast or Famine previously because it was only 25% chance, but now, or on 3 targets, 25% chance on 3 targets, where now it's at a bonus target at 100%. So I'm still picking it for on the PTR at least, and so putting our 2 points in Eagles accuracy and Onaran Winds. But if you do forego that point and we're not picking it, there's a bunch of other options, which would be Bullseye, Small Game Hunter, or Double Tap. And now we have one more point left to spend, and for my video, I am basically waffling between 3 points. One being Small Game Hunter, one being Bullseye, and one being Double Tap. I am going to put it in Bullseye for now. My build down below will have Bullseye in it, but when we go and test this, the dummies are going to be dead and going to be skewing our damage to hell. You know what? I like to see big numbers. I hope you guys do too. Let's go ahead and leave it in there. I'm still really weird on Double Tap and where it fits into everything. In AOE, it would be the best time to have Double Tap, and you would want to Double Tap your rapid fires because you would get more focus regeneration. Or I guess, no, when you have Boon of a Loon, you'd want to do it on Boon of a Loon. That would be nutty at that point. But you can proc it when you use your True Shot and when you use your Volley. So if you have it single target, that would tell me you should probably be running with both, and I don't want to do that. So, okay, so that is the build that will be down below, and that'll be the build that we're testing in this video. So let me go ahead and capture that, get rid of that. Perfect. Now, I'm going to go ahead and move over to Dornegal, and let's see what kind of damage this build can do. Alright, so we're here in Dornegal, and as you can see, these dummies are getting absolutely toasted. And you're going to see less of what's going on my end and more about what's going on all over there. But now we're going to look at an opener and a rotation. So it's pretty standard to what we already do. So when you're going to go up to the target, as you're running up, you would either use a multi-shot to get trick shots available, or just simply lead with your explosive shot, drop your volley, and then use your rapid fire. And then from there, you're going to go true shot into aim shot, since you're going to have your trick shots up thanks to volley, and then multi-shot, then aim shot, multi-shot, then rapid fire, and so on and so forth. If you get, and I actually don't think you get death blow procs or anything. Yeah, not in this build. Been playing too much Dark Ranger. But yeah, have fun with this. This is going to be great. I'm going to do my best to stand over here where you guys can see things a little bit better. And this is 5 target cleave. So in this point of view, I would not run with light ammo, but I'm going to go ahead and run with it anyway for the sake of the video. Wow, this is loud. I'm going to lower the game sound just a little bit here. Here we go. All right. So let's see what kind of damage that Dark Ranger on the brain. See what kind of damage Sentinel can do. So putting that hunter's mark on the target, and here we go. So laggy too. Like, I am lagging so bad. I'm really sorry, guys. We're at 26 mil so far, and I'm lagging just to heaven and back. 27 million. I don't know what I'm missing. So many GCDs because of the lag that I got going on here. And I'm not casting explosive shot like I should be. But look at this crazy damage. I don't know what anybody else is doing, but aim shot 44% of our total damage. Again, that's skewed. I have full stacks of bullseye, 91% chance to crit. So in this build, even in single target in your AOE build in a Mythic Plus, for example, if you can time up getting your true shot up with at sub 20% or right at like 23, 24%, and you can start stacking up those bullseye stacks, you have a 90+% chance to crit. Absolutely nutty. And those crits were doing 21 million damage. And if you're a Tauren, even more. If I had a flask on and if I had the right gems, even more. Like, that is seriously insane. So, as a Sentinel Marksman Hunter, aim shot is your bread and butter, where as a Dark Ranger, you tend to get outpaced most of the time, particularly if you get good procs, by Black Arrow. So there's a ton of quality of life that they have added, and they've done a really great job with Sentinel. I hope and I pray that Sentinel doesn't get too many changes, but they may. It just depends on how everyone else is doing, because they will, if we're too far ahead of everybody, they will want to bring us down to earth, you know, just a little bit. But thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I hope you guys will consider subscribing if you haven't already. Follow me over at Twitch at twitch.tv/Mr. Eggplant. As it sets right now, I'm probably going to be playing Dark Ranger for single target, and then I'm going to be playing Sentinel for Mythic Plus. I'll be doing some more testing, and my group should actually be on testing over the next week or so. Now that the Collector's event has been going through for about a week now, everyone's already got their mounts and all that fun stuff, so they got more time to do PTR stuff, right? But thank you guys so much for watching. Best of luck for the remainder of Season 2 and on into Season 3, and I will have my 11.2 Marksman Hunter guide out for both Dark Ranger and Sentinel, hopefully on launch day come August. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.